We're here with freshman heavyweight wrestler Nick Gwiazdowski, BU's Athlete of the Week for November 7th through the 13th. Nick made quite an impact in his collegiate debut over the weekend, recording a win in his very first college match against George Mason on Saturday, and then rolling to 4 wins and an individual title at the Binghamton Open on Sunday. Nick, first off, can you talk about your weekend and how it feels to start off your freshman season with 5 straight wins and a tournament title?
It's a good start for my college career. I came into the weekend looking to have a lot of success, and I was wrestling real good in practice the past couple of weeks, and I just put together in the tournaments and stuff.
Nick, you came to Binghamton as the top-rated freshman recruit in the entire country. What expectations and goals do you have for your collegiate career?
I like to set my goals high because you're always working toward high goals, but I never really looked at it as a time to like, oh, I'm a freshman now, it's okay if I lose some matches. I was always like, you know, keeping high on myself and trying to do as best as I can. So I didn't really think of it as a time to like restart or anything. Just keep going.
As a senior in high school, no opponent went the distance with you on the mat as you recorded 43 pins. What's your mindset during a match? Do you wrestle to outpoint your opponent, or do you always look for the pin?
A lot of times, especially now, I go out there and look to score a lot of points. Because the more points I score, then eventually you're going to break the opponent, and they're not going to want to wrestle you or as hard, and the pin it'll be there somewhere. But I just go out there looking to score points, and eventually the guy's going to break.
You're in great shape for a heavyweight, but unlike other weight classes, you'll probably wrestle opponents who weigh much more than you, like your opponent from George Mason in that duel. What's your strategy when you go against someone who has the weight advantage, and is it harder?
It's a little bit harder just because they're so much larger, but they don't move as fast, and a lot of times, like minute, 2 minutes into it, they're really tired. So you just gotta work them over a little bit, and eventually openings are gonna be there, and you just gotta take advantage of them.
In that open final, you had to avoid a first-period pin by your Cornell opponent. Can you take us through that match and talk about how you fought off the pin and then rallied from 5-0 down and ultimately pinned him to win the title?
Yeah, in practice, like when we get on our back, coach doesn't let us off until we fight off our back. So it wasn't. I was a little surprised I was on my back, like it got thrown to my back, but I had to fight off it like I normally do in practice. And once I was off, I knew I had my work cut out for me, and just had to keep battling back and point by point until I tied it up, and then opening was there for a pin, so I just had to take advantage of it.
Your transition to college wrestling probably has been made easier because you competed at so many high-level tournaments in high school. But what's been the most challenging thing about being a college student athlete so far?
Probably like the work, and like the guys here are a lot more tougher, and it's just more of a battle out there, a lot more physical. You can't really like use your size advantage like in high school and stuff. Like it's a lot more physical and more of a battle out there.
And what do you love most about the sport of wrestling?
I enjoy just getting out there and getting into good battles with guys and just going head to head with them for a good amount of time, and you know, winning matches.
That's great. Thanks, Nick, our BU Athlete of the Week.